This is Overtime with Chris Dewar, only on KHQA.
Well, this is Saturday, January the 22nd, and you have entered Overtime, your all-encompassing look at all things tri-state sports. And true to that mission statement, my people carved out a significant chunk of the Midwest landscape today in an effort to bring you every basket possible from Abingdon, Illinois, to Peoria, to Macon, Missouri, and all points in between. But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road with Quincy Notre Dame at state-ranked Peoria Manual. The best half of basketball the Raiders have played all year, starting with Anthony Bruns. Take and make more Bruns, this time driving for two more. Manual didn't know what hit them in the first half. Alex Altmix over to Blake Doan, inside posting up against a taller, much bigger Manual team. No problem. More from the Raiders. Kramer Barnes from distance. It's good. Or actually, that's Bruns off the Barnes assist from distance. And Q&D would lead by seven at the half. Unfortunately, everything went awry from there. As soon as our camera guy left, the tables turned on the Raiders, and they end up losing to a very good Peoria Manual team, which just exploded in the second half, 72-55. The news isn't any better for Quincy High School tonight, which loses yet again, this time to Hinsdale South. This is the fourth straight loss for the Blue Devils. 57-55 is your final, as the Blue Devils now fall 2 games under the 500 mark, and they are struggling to get anything going at the end of ball games right now. Quincy High playing good teams tough, just can't figure out a way to finish. Tony Lanzini Invitational Championship game tonight. Clyde Rosenkrantz and the Highland Cougars trying to beat Palmyra, trying to claim their second straight tournament title. They won their own tournament, and early on, though, Palmyra had a little different response than maybe Highland would have liked, and that was in the person of Bryce Caldwell, cleaning up on the interior. First his own take, then off the Austin Hinkle miss right here, it would be Mr. Bryce Caldwell cleaning up nicely, going up against contact, getting the bucket to fall. But Highland had answers, and many of them in the first half came in the person of this guy, Garen Smith. 13, his lucky number in the first half. You will see him, after having the ball taken from him, get angry and just throw one off the window, and that would start a barrage of Garen Smith blast right now. He's going to come back from the outside right here, top of the key, and just float right there. That's just inside the three-point arc for 2. More from Garen Smith just a bit later off the give and go here from Adam Morale. That is a legitimate 3, and as I said, Garen Smith just simply smoking. His team jumped out to a 17-4 margin in this one. They're not done. Josh Davis, beautiful interior pass to the aforementioned Adam Morale. And then we're going to get you the coup de grace highlight of the night. Adam Morale, yet again, about to throw down the dunk right here to cap a Highland Tournament Championship tonight. The Cougars end up winning this game 68-59. Clyde Rosenkrantz and company have Palmyra's number right now. Moving back to Illinois now, the Jacksonville Crimsons in the Meyer Glenwood Winter Classic taking on Rochester. The big fella, Josh Peak, with a nice spin move in the paint, in the bucket. For those of you who don't know, he's Andy Kaufman's nephew. That's why he's probably so darn good. A little more right here. Nate Jones, beautiful take for the All-State wide receiver. He plays a little basketball as well, and well. Rochester at the other end, though, doing work right here. Aaron Bain with a beautiful finish and the layup. Jacksonville, though, too many answers. Nick Lonergan, who had a pretty dunk of his own. Beautiful bounce pass into Nate Jones right here with a pretty finish. Rochester trying to throw another haymaker back in the person of Aaron Bain. But Rudy Pate and the Crimsons too strong in this one as they blow out Rochester in the morning session today. 52-36 was your final. We're not done, not by a long shot. Let us take you to beautiful Abingdon, Illinois, the house that Joe Nichols built. Not really, but he's a fine athletic director. The Macomb product, nevertheless. Liberty playing on 14 hours rest. Looking good in the first quarter. Great passing right here. And that's the easy bucket for Eric Berry. Eric Berry not done. Pinning his opponents today like he was Dan Gable or Michael P.S. Hayes. Bad Street, Atlanta, GA. Throwing a little Freebirds at you right there. More to come right here. Beautiful passing. That's Berry to Jared Schoer with a beautiful bucket as well. More from Mr. Berry, who was a do-it-all kind of guy early on. Long 3. He's even got that in the repertoire. High post passer, long-range shooter. Beautiful open in this game for Liberty as they were just hitting on full cylinders right here. Wade Murphin on the interior fighting hard. United had no answer early on, as it would be. Wade Murphin yet again off the inbound pass. His team scored 21 first quarter points in this one. Dakota Nyson then pures the three-pointer from out here. That triple good as well. Liberty then would let United back into this game for a brief period. United's point guard didn't look like much on, the eye test. Kid could really play a little basketball. Got his team back to within 4. But here comes Liberty with the coup de grace at the other end. Jordan Obert to Jared Chover. Finish, bucket, ball game as Liberty gets a win again. Survived a tough one with Griggsville last night. They get a big win over United by the final count of 58-43 today. Elsewhere today on the docket, big win for West Hancock over Payson Seymour. Seth Pinkston went nuts in this one today as he had 30 points. West Hancock gets the victory as well. Can't figure Payson Seymour out. Some days they look unbeatable. Some days they end up losing. But good night for Reno Pinkston's crew tonight, which played some awfully good defense. Also tonight, Illini West, a winner over Farmington, back up at Abingdon. This was the 5 o'clock game. Illini West bounces back after the big win last night over Orion. Beats Farmington by 10 in this one, 53-43. Also, Pittsfield in the championship game of the Jerseyville tournament had as much as a 4-point lead on a very good Alton team. Ends up losing to Alton, though, down the stretch, 42-38. Big game for Pittsfield coming up on Tuesday as they will host Macomb. Might be the most fun game of our week. Certainly our most fun game of the month of January coming up yet. And we're not done yet, not by a long shot. How about the Brown County boys tonight at home and trying to get things going tonight against Rout? And this is always a good rivalry, and that's Ace Hendricks on the interior posting up, doing the Mitch Richmond thing. A guard who can post up, that's good stuff. At the other end, though, Nick Duke for Rout with a nice lay-in. Pretty good wide receiver and football athlete in his own right. Not too shabby. How about Ace Hendricks hooking up with Luke Bragg right there with a pretty lay-in. Then it's Jacob Wilson, the outstanding athlete. He's got some moves right along the baseline. Tiptoeing, staying in, and somehow getting the bucket to fall as well. Rout not going away in this game, at least early. Garrett Eilering, pretty bucket for him. Bucket, Band-Aid, and three-point play. Brown County, though, too much artillery later in this game. Jacob Wilson, pretty lay-in, and then it's Ace Hendricks going to do it on his own. The point guard calling his own number right here with a spinorama move and a pretty bucket. Brown County gets the win tonight, 50-32, not pictured. Justin Volk, who had 11 points today for the victorious Hornets. On the college docket, the Quincy University Lady Hawks were seeking victory number 17 today and perhaps trying to send a statement against perennial GLVC powerhouse Drury. And a statement they would send. The Lady Hawks, truly unbelievable today. Let us take you to the highlights in this one. Big crowd on hand to watch the girls, and why not? Because they were good. Look at the defense right there. That is Cassidy Schumann with the block right there. Her sister, Courtney, had 6 of those today. She was good. Cassidy not too bad from the outside as well, knocking down the 3 as well. Allie Schwagmeyer, another ho-hum. Phenomenal game for her today. Beautiful pass on the interior to Stephanie Wagner, who was just unbelievable today, finishing with a bucket. It is a, 15-2 run to start this game, and it doesn't stop right there. That's Miss Schumann with a 3. Oh, the girls are just breathing and doing it well right here. More stuff to come right here. Wagner with one of her 7 threes on the day. She was 7 of 9 from deep. That's pretty darn good. She's not bad with a steal right here. And how about the easy interior pass right there for Miss Allie Schwagmeyer, who finishes strong today. I believe she finished with 27 points. And how about more Cassidy as well with another triple in this one. QU buries, destroys a really good Drury team today. Final count in this one sees QU win 91-67. If you have not seen these girls play, get a ticket to Pepsi Arena. Get out and see them now, because this may be your last chance in a couple of weeks before they end up in the Elite 8 or Final 4 or, going to regionals. They're really good. By the way, regional rankings end up coming out this week. We'll see if QU's number 1 in the region. They certainly deserve it at 17-1. Meanwhile today, the men taking on Drury. Marty Bell has never lost to Drury. Drury had other ideas in this game. Looking in this one to Alex Hall, who was simply bombing from anywhere he wanted to today. It was kind of the vintage Chris Mullen look today, although Adam Heiberger kept his team alive in the first half. He got it. Just an amazing run where he had 13 points early. Then Andrew Keeker kind of catches fire as well from the top of the key with a 3. Tyler Thompson, his typical tough self today, had a couple of charges. Beautiful 3 right here. Adam Heiberger, though, was kind of the story for Quincy University. The only thing that kept him in it early. QU made a run late, but just could never get back into this game as Drury ends up down the stretch finishing strong. QU made it close. Drury wins today by the final count of 84-79. That is a painful loss for the Hawks at home. Tough one for Marty Bell's team to stomach, and as I mentioned, first time his team has ever lost to Drury at home. More on the docket today. Western Illinois loses on the road in Kansas City to the Kangaroos. 55-46 is your final there. Mid-American Nazarene, too much today for Culver Stockton. That's a road game for the Wildcats. 87-71 was your final there. And in double overtime today, Mike Shaw leads John Wood past Danville Area Community College. But the final count there of 82-79. And we are just getting warmed up. Straight ahead here on Overtime, we've got girls tournament titles to award in Shelbyville, Macon, and Palmyra, plus the undefeated Lady Raiders of Quincy Notre Dame open defense of their Carrollton title. They've got multiple of those. Don't go anywhere.